dirty. You had 8-4 offsuit, and you just decided that was that. You just didn't like it. You're going to punish me, huh? That's how you do it? You just hurt me? I didn't do anything to you or your family, and that's how it is. That's harsh. That's so harsh.
Life at the main event of the World Series of Poker. It can be harsh on those brave enough to try. Back at the Rio, our E-Trade Financial Tournament ticker, you see that Phil Hellmuth holds the record for most World Series cashes.
And Hellmuth at age 43, the youngest on that accomplished list.
To an outer table where Phil has pushed all in.
You can't win this without winning a big pot, right?
His opponent is Matt Vengren. Vengren with a big decision. And he is going to fold against Hellmuth and shows pocket queens.
You want the truth?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I had one of 3 hands.
I know, that's why I put you on.
Aces, kings, or ace-king. That's the truth.
One of them,
I believe Phil, because I don't think he's moving all in pre-flop at this point of the tournament without a really big hand.
When it comes to talking, Phil might get a run for his money from Jean Robert, also known as Bobby Ballon, but right now, mum's the word. Ballon bet out to Gilles Roy, waiting for his reaction, and he's going to give it up.
Excellent laydown.
Excellent laydown is Jean Robert's catchphrase. He loves to talk and put players on tilt.
How do I say in Chinese? 很好 fold. 很好 非常好 很好
Ballon can apparently compliment opponents in Mandarin as well after his experience on one of the most popular TV shows on the planet.
Last year I missed the main event for one reason. I was doing Survivor China and was there instead of being here. That was brutal. My strategy out there was being the biggest bully, being the biggest jerk, and barely escaping elimination. I race. When I'm at a poker table, I will talk, I'll try and put people off their game, I'll intimidate them.
All right, you guys, this is the way it's gonna go.
I really feel that being a poker pro gave me a significant edge.
Hold up, baby! Let's do this!
Even though Survivor was brutal, I still think winning the main event at the World Series is more difficult.
Oh, man.
You're basically just trying to survive the hand, trying to survive the level, and then trying to survive the day. I would much rather be a World Series of Poker champion than the ultimate survivor.
Survivor was looking for a poker pro last year. Daniel Negreanu turned him down because he didn't want to miss the main event. Jean Robert said yes.
You guys are playing so good, making such good laydowns.
I can't really see Daniel Negreanu on Survivor. I'm not sure rats or bats would fit into his vegetarian diet.
Jean Robert makes a lot of noise when he takes your chips back over to the featured table, and more of a silent assassin, Gus Hansen. Hansen looking for his first World Series of Poker bracelet. He has a 9. He's got a jack offsuit.
Gus is a well-traveled survivor. He once threw up in 3 different countries, Belgium, France, and Denmark, in like 7 hours. He believes that is a record.
2,200 is the raise from Gus Hansen. Klaus Petro, king-queen offsuit.
Quote.
Calls for 1,800.
Love that accent.
So Gus Hansen and Klaus Petro to the flop. It is 8-9 Queen Petro with top pair. Gus Hansen hits middle pair.
Gus arguably has had as big an influence on how people play as anyone during the poker boom. Folks watched him playing wacky hands on TV, and it changed how people look at the game.
Both check to the turn. Turn card is a tray. Changes nothing. Petro still ahead.
All right. 4,000.
4,000.
I want that accent.
4,000?
Gus says 4,000 like it's a bet from Mars. It's pretty standard, 2/3 the size of the pot.
Gus will make the call with middle pair. Needs some help on the river. River card now. An 8 pairs the board. Queen's up for Petro. He earns the check mark. Petro checks this time.
I really do believe I have the best hand.
He checks.
I think no.
There's the queen's up.
I really do believe I was wrong.
Gus is right about being wrong.
Really do believe I was wrong.
It may go against his nature, but being cautious saved him some chips.
The 2008 World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Main event.
Welcome back inside the Rio in the 2008 World Series of Poker main event. To the featured table we go, led by Gus Hansen. He has pocket 9s.
Gus says he's evolved. The last couple of years, he's not quite as crazy, smarter at picking his spots. He says he used to have no reverse gear.
Flash the pot again.
He raises it to 2,200. And Norman, as much as you say you want to be like Gus, well, he's following in your footsteps. He's an announcer for the European broadcast of the World Series of Backgammon.
Who would follow in my footsteps?
Action folds around to Anahit Galajian.
She's cashed 8 times at the World Series.
Ace queen offsuit makes the call from the big blind, and she'll go heads up with Gus Hansen. Flop now is ace 4 Trey. Galajian pairs her ace to take the lead. She's first to act. She checks it.
Gus says he's had to adjust because people became more prepared for his style.
Gus trailing with his pocket nines, bets 2,400.
Let's see how much she likes her aces.
Galajian makes the call.
She doesn't like them that much. I think she's overly wary of Gus's hand.
Turn card 5 of hearts. Gus has a flush draw.
Scare card scares Gus.
Galajian still leads with her aces. Wheel draw on board, and she checks.
Flush and straight draw out there.
Look back for hearts.
Gus has 1 heart, maybe trying to win over another.
Galajian not falling for Gus's charm trap or any of his trappings.
Let's see the river.
Let's see the river, Lon.
And here it comes. 5 of clubs. Galajian earns the check mark with those aces up. She checks.
Let's see another river.
You're not going to bet anymore?
Anna played those aces very softly.
And Gus will check.
I wanted another heart.
Didn't
Just
get the
one more
heart.
Thank you.
Galajian gets the pot. Yeah, Gus Hansen got off easy on the river the last couple of hands that we have seen him play. To the field we go. Galajian, one of 209 women to have entered the main event this year. With 2 World Series bracelets and 8 final tables, Jen Harmon is seeking her first main event finish in the money. And she has moved all in.
Yeah, Jen has had a rough string of main events.
Pushed in against Tommy Lee. 2 queens on the board. The brother of poker pro Nam Lee folds.
He mucks pocket kings? I think he saw Jen do that on a full tilt commercial.
Playing the game here.
So Jen survives a dicey moment out there. Elsewhere, Van Wyn, the wife of 6-time bracelet winner Min Wyn, raking in a big pot after knocking off a player. Oh, and there is Min checking in on Mrs. Master.
Keep it up, baby. You got more than me now, eh? You bust somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, you bust him? Oh, that's good for you. When you put the chip in, you say, all you can eat, baby.
I have issues with whoever taught Men the Master English.
Back to table 2 with Phil Locke, who played all of day 1 extensively made up as an old man.
I barely play a hand.
There you go.
Ace Trey.
Has he been abusing our blinds all day long?
He raised it.
All day long.
That's Michael Carroll, another Las Vegas pro. He and Phil have been busting each other's chops for quite a while. Queen Jack of diamonds for Carroll.
Carroll says he's the best player that people don't know. Well, now we know, Mike.
This is the way it's going to be.
It's me. It's me. It's me.
I know you have like 2 9s or something.
That's what you think this hand is?
I know it's 2 9s.
Carroll and Locke heads up to see the flop. Flop is deuce 5-5. Locke picked up a straight draw. His ace high leads. And he bets 3,000.
Well, Phil said Carroll had 2 9s. That bet represents that Phil can beat 2 9s.
Action on Carroll. And that raise to 7,500 indicates that he can beat Phil.
Carroll says take that. Plays back at him.
And Phil shows him an ace and folds.